Welcome to an absolutely magnificent day in this fine city. As part of our series for 2013, we'd like to explore a little bit more deeply the issue of retrofitting. Here is an example of a 1955 weatherboard dwelling in your typical suburb. It's been appropriately retrofitted to reduce the costs of energy consumption and reduce the costs of water consumption. Let's have a look around inside, and I want to show you some really good examples and techniques to help you in the retrofitting process and also give you some ideas about how you can reduce your costs. Come inside and have a look. The heating and cooling requirements of any project are really important to consider before you start investing or making any steps in the design process. The owners in this particular property really need to be commended for getting it right. In fact, today, which is a 38-degree temperature outside, it's 24 degrees inside. That's an acknowledgement of the solar design principles, the passive solar design principles that are fundamental to this project. The transition from the 55 weatherboard at the front to the modern extension at the back follows those principles, and they've really got it right. Further to this, they've included and installed double glazing. They've installed cross-flow ventilation. The property acknowledges the solar orientation. They've included an electric pergola. This way, the consistent temperature throughout the year is maintained. But they've not just stopped there. They've included significant insulation in both the roof and the walls to ensure that the retrofitting capacity of this property is fully maintained. The owner in this particular project have taken the time to remove all of the halogen globes from their property and replace them either with compact fluorescent globes or LED globes. Most of these light fittings are simply a replacement of the existing fitting. Do some research, talk to your electrical wholesaler, get a qualified electrician to advise you, always. But the key to this is your capital investment, capital cost in the installation and provision of these light fittings will be repaid over time. These are two effective retrofitting measures any homeowner should consider for their property. By obtaining the right overall advice, you too can improve the temperature quality, the energy running costs, and the overall livability of your home and your property. As a retrofitting exercise, this particular dwelling captures up to 10,000 litres of water from the roof and collects the water into this array of water tanks. The fantastic thing is that the owner has taken an extra step by pumping through this pump system and connecting it to flushing the toilets. The key issue you need to remember, however, is to get some advice from a qualified plumber to make sure that your water is appropriately filtered. Otherwise, it can tend to clog the cistern and the functioning of the plumbing system within the house. With increased water rates, it's very apparent that the capital cost of these and this type of system can be covered in a very short space of time. So, we've shown today that retrofitting is a really good way of renovating and undertaking work even on the simplest domestic renovation. Don't forget, change your light fittings, insulate your home, and even put in water tanks. That way, you'll reduce your overall running costs, ultimately over a long period of time, and improve the livability of your dwelling and for the inhabitants and for the broader community. Always seek qualified tradespeople to help you undertake technical work, and always do your research. Research heavily and get your own technical advice. Have a great day.